Welcome to day 3 of the Saxophone Mastery Challenge. Oh my goodness, so exciting. So excited everyone is here with us. We've got so many comments going on. All sorts of people have turned up from all over the world. We have been going for 3 days straight. And I'm so happy that you are all so committed to coming every day. We've got people here that were here from day 1. We've got Gertie, we've got Barbara, we've got Tammy. Adam's here from Malaysia. It's 4 in the morning in Malaysia. Adam is one of my most committed students. He's inside the sax circuit coaching community. We've got Paul, Blankley. All of you have been turning up the last 3 days, and I'm so impressed. And it just means that a lot. It means that I have absolute faith in you to commit to learning the saxophone, mastering saxophone in 2022. And I really hope you've been getting a lot out of this challenge. I really hope that you've been able to take away a lot over the last 3 days. But we're not finished yet. We got one more day. We've got more stuff to talk about. We've been talking about tone, scales, technique, the first 3 core principles of my saxophone mastery system. And now we're going to get into embellishments and improvisation. So if you have just been tuning in today, please let us know where you're tuning in from. All right? Let me know how long you've been playing, and let us all know how long you've been, or what your goals are on saxophone. If you have been joining us the last 3 days, maybe you have some different goals now. Maybe you've learned something over the last couple of days, and maybe you realize, oh, you know, I'm going to change my goal to this now. Now I have more clarity on what I'm trying to achieve. Let us know. I'd love to know. Put it in the comments. Share what your goals are, or just share what you've been learning. You know, just what is your biggest takeaway so far? I'd love to know. I'd love to know. We've got Peter from England, Sharon from Tennessee, Joe from Scotland, one of my students. Marcel in Detroit, Philly native, picked up the sax in November, awesome. Lalit from Tampa, Florida. I love it, I love it. We got people from all over. Tommy missed last night, but he caught up today. Can't wait for tonight's session. From the UK, love it. A lot of my family's from the UK. My parents are from London and Surrey. Born in Ireland. Chip from New York. Suriname. Central America. Amazing. Or South America, sorry. The breathing exercises on embouchure info has helped me tremendously already. Amazing. That was day 1. If you missed day 1, check it out. That is the foundation of saxophone playing. Breathing, embouchure, tongue. I talked all about that. New Zealand. JS from New Zealand. Amazing. I love this. Timothy from Maryland. G major scale taught yesterday was excellent. Thank you. I appreciate that. If you missed yesterday, go ahead and check out the replay. There's a download there with the G major scale, with different exercises you can work on, different songs you can work on. I love this. I love this. Fernanda from Chile. 5 p.m. in Chile. All right, I'm glad it's not 4 in the morning like Malaysia. Or I know a few people couldn't make these sessions because of the time differences. I try to find the best time difference, the time zone, sorry, or time for the different time zones. We got Tala from Australia. Amazing. I know it's pretty early in Australia. Again, watch the replays if you couldn't make it, or if you have to leave early or anything like that. But if you do stay to the end of this masterclass, I have an amazing bonus for you. I'm giving away one of my best ebooks called the Ultimate Major Scales Fingering Guide. A couple of you may have bought it already, but I'm giving it away for free today if you stay to the end. Okay, so I'm going to give you a link. It's only for people that have come live with me on day 3. So If you stay to the end, I'm going to give you a link to that and you can get it for free, no strings attached. So stick around to the end if you want to get that. I got a few questions here, but let's leave that to the end. I'm going to answer all your questions at the end as well because I want to get into the training. Patricia from Canada just started on the alto sax about 4 months ago, but haven't been able to play much for health reasons. Sorry to hear that, Patricia. I'm very keen to learn as much as possible, especially to get a consistent tone. Amazing. Marcel, I'd love to learn how to improvise well in 2022. Brilliant. Well, we're going to be talking about that today. All right. So, love it. Love the community that we have going here this weekend. Again, if you are watching publicly, if someone sent you a link, if you haven't signed up, go to saxophonemasterclass.com/training. I'm going to be giving away all the replays for the next week until Friday, January 28th. That's when I'm closing the doors to my Sax Circle coaching community. We're opening to the public tomorrow. And I'm just a small window, 5 days to sign up. We don't open for 9 months. So this is really a once or twice a year opportunity to join my community. I'm going to talk all about that at the end of this masterclass. And I'm going to be giving you all the replays until Friday 28th, and then I'm taking them down from the internet. But of course, if you want to keep learning more about this stuff, join the community, Sax Circle coaching community, and you'll be able to get access to everything. My goal by the end of this challenge is that you'll know on a deeper level the 5 core principles you need to learn on saxophone in order to reach your goals in 2022. You'll be able to practice smarter, not harder, so you can start playing your favorite songs faster than ever. I'll be giving action steps you can take to start getting the results you want on saxophone in a matter of weeks. So the last 2 days I've been giving some action steps, some PDFs, some exercises to help you with improving your saxophone playing. And if you keep working on this stuff, you'll literally see results in a matter of weeks. So please keep working on it. Try to take what I've taught and put it into action. Okay, who is this for? You already know how to play saxophone on a basic level, but are not sure how to get to the next stage. Now, the last 2 days, as a beginner, have been actually should be quite informative, right? Today, we're getting a little more complicated. The last 2 days are the foundation. Now we're getting into embellishments, improvisation. As a beginner, you don't want to be jumping into improvisation and embellishing melodies because you'll get overwhelmed, right? So just keep working on the stuff that I taught you in the first 2 days. But hopefully you've still been getting a lot out of it if you are a complete beginner. You want to know exactly what to practice on sax to make learning and memorizing new songs easier. We talked about that yesterday. You're unhappy with your sound and want to know how to develop a stronger, more consistent tone. We talked about that on day 1. You want to understand how to improvise and express your personality through the saxophone. That's what we're talking about today. How this challenge works, okay? I've been teaching for 30 minutes every day. We're going to do that today as well. I've given you a homework assignment to begin applying what you've learned in each masterclass. I've done a live Q&A following each training, so I'll be answering questions at the end. So if you have questions now, just copy and paste at the end of the masterclass so I see them. And we got some accountability in the community, right? We have people talking about their goals, talking about what they want to achieve. Let's all support each other. Let's all encourage each other. That's what this is all about. Here's where we're going. We talked about tone on Friday. We talked about scales technique on Saturday to make learning songs easier. Today we're talking about improvising, jazzing up sax playing like the pros. Okay, so this is what we're all about. Important reminders, it's not a magic pill, right? If you want to really see results, you got to put in the work. Okay, 30 minutes a day, an hour a day if you can. Try to apply the things I'm teaching you. You can't just passively watch and that's it. But if you want to just watch today, try to take in everything. You don't have to start putting it into action as I'm teaching you. And then you can go watch the replay, right? That's what I suggest. We're all at different levels, right? Some people have just started. It's going to be a little harder for you to understand everything. But some of you have been playing for a couple of years. I know one of my students, Pat Gill, has been playing for a couple of years. And, you know, I'm sure this is a great refresher for him. But you know, some of these things he already knows. Maybe today there should be some stuff that he's going to learn because we're going to be talking about improvising, embellishing melodies. But we're all at different levels, so don't worry if you don't get everything. Just rewatch the replays, ask me questions at the end. I'll try to clarify things for you. I highly suggest turning off your phone, switching them to airplane mode so you can focus, right? Turn off your browser, turn off your TV. Just try to focus in on today's session. So like I said in the last couple of days, I have been trained as a musician. Okay, I've studied formally for 13 years since I was a kid. All right, private lessons, summer courses. Went to the Royal Irish Academy of Music, a classical music school, for 6 years. Did a jazz program for a year when I was 15. Took a year out of college, or took a year out of school, and just went and studied jazz music. Went to Berklee College of Music when I was 18. Did a degree there. I've been a professional for over 15 years. Okay, played on movies, TV shows, commercials, computer games. I've toured the world. Okay, I've toured all over the world, over 25 countries with some of the biggest artists in the world, and that's actually where I've learned a lot. And I've also taught a lot. So I've taught for the last 15 years beginner sax players, and so with all of this information, I've been able to come up with this saxophone mastery system to help people learn the sax, master the sax. And of course, all this education was worth $250,000. So people actually will spend $250,000 to learn this information. Okay, I was very lucky. I got some scholarships along the way. I didn't pay anything close to that, but this is what people will do. They will invest in Berklee College of Music. It's $50,000 a year, right? They'll go and do music summer courses. They can be $4,000 or $5,000 each time. So you're getting it for free today. So I just wanted to let you know that's how I learned this stuff, and that's how I came up with the saxophone mastery system. Okay, tone, scales, technique, improvisation, embellishments, all of this stuff is going to help you with achieving your goals on sax. Get consistency in your tone, develop a personal sax sound, know what to practice to achieve your goals, learn how to memorize and play your favorite songs, develop the confidence to perform for friends and family, which is what it's all about. Learn to jam with other musicians, learn how to improvise on sax and express yourself, jazz up songs like the pros on your favorite recordings. My saxophone mastery system will help you with all of these goals and more, okay? So today we're talking about improvisation, right? We're talking about embellishments. What does that mean? Well, the goals with these two core principles is to help you with learning to play a note that you hear in your head, right? Learn to hear a note, be able to play it. So if you have that connection with the instrument and you're able to improvise, it's going to make it a lot easier to hear notes and then play them, okay? Make it easier to learn new songs by ear on saxophone, same thing. If you already have that connection between your fingers and your brain because of your ability to focus on improvising and learning how to improvise, it's going to make learning songs so much easier. Be able to jam with other musicians with ease, right? So I'm going to be going into why you can, how you can start jamming with other musicians by knowing some of the concepts I'm going to teach today. Using scales creatively. Learning how to make your song sound jazzy like the pros, right? How does someone make Amazing Grace sound so cool? When you play it or when I play it, it sounds basic, it sounds boring, but then I heard someone else on the radio play it, I heard someone else on YouTube play it, and it sounds amazing. What are they doing? I'm going to show you, I'm going to tell you what they're doing. Become more connected with the instrument, like I said. Develop your own style when it comes to playing songs and improvising, right? So it's about creating your own personality. It's about putting character into your playing, into your music, all right? That's what it's all about. So, what is music improvisation? What is music improvisation? Okay, this is the question. Some people are like, I don't really understand what improvisation is. Music that is played and or composed in the moment, right? So you pick up the sax and you can just start playing. That was just me picking up the saxophone and starting to play. Improvising, completely off the cuff, off the top of my head. How do you do that? How do you, what are you thinking about? What are you feeling? We're going to talk about it, okay? We're going to get into it. But here's the problem. As a beginner, you don't know where to start. You have no idea. If you've never improvised, if you've never tried to improvise, you just don't know where to start. What do? I can't even, I don't even understand. It's almost like being a kid, right? And being asked, should I say, or asking another kid who has never drawn anything before, draw something. So the kid's sitting there, he's like, I don't know what to draw. I don't know what to do. Like, how do I do that, right? So think about it. Now, as adults, we know how to draw on a basic level, right? So when someone says, hey, draw something, we go through a process, right? So what would you do? What's the first thing you do when someone asks, draw something? You think of something to draw. You come up with an image of what to draw. So give me an example in the comments of something you would draw if someone asked you to draw something, right? I want to know. Right? It could be, for me, it's going to be like a house, right? It's going to be a dog. It's going to be a cat, right? It's going to be a piece of fruit. These are things that we learn to draw as a kid, right? A horse, right? Someone said a horse. Patricia said a horse. A tree, right? An apple. Marcel said an apple, right? So these are things that we learn to draw. When you are learning to be creative as a kid, the first thing that you have to learn is envision what it is you want to draw, okay? Because what it's like, right, we got airplane, a lake. These are things that we were taught when we were children, like draw a cat, draw a car, right? So when you're learning to improvise, it's like being a child. You've got to learn some basic things first. You've got to learn how to visualize something that you want to create, right? So using that analogy, right? When, as a beginner improviser, like most of us here probably, it's like going, and you're being asked to improvise, it's like looking at a blank piece of paper, right? So you want to figure out, first of all, well, what am I going to draw? And Marcel there gave an example of an apple, and that's actually the example I'm using today. So if you have like, oh, I'm going to draw an apple, it makes it 10 times easier, 100 times easier to just draw it, right? So if someone says, draw an apple, you can actually just draw it, no problem. It might not look as good as this. I know if I drew an apple, it wouldn't look as good as this, but it's a basic thing that you can draw, right? Now the creative process comes when you want to spice it up with colors, right? So what you do is you grab tools, you grab color pencils, and you create an apple using this palette of tools, right? And so there's a million ways now that you could paint, or not paint, but draw an apple with these different tools. You could draw a red apple, a green apple, or a yellowish apple. You have this toolkit that you can draw from, no pun intended, and create that apple, okay? So it might look something like this, right? So that's what we're doing when we're being asked to draw, because we've learned how to draw an apple. We know, well, first of all, we learned what an apple is. We've learned how to draw, and maybe we have a palette of tools and colors that we know how to use in different areas of the apple to make it look more realistic, right? So how does this, what has this got to do with music improvisation? What are you talking about? Okay, I shall move on. Improvising versus drawing, right? The melody or the key is like the apple. So the first thing I did there when I picked up the sax was go, almost on a subconscious level, what key am I going to play in? Right? What key am I going to play in? I decided, kind of just as I was grabbing a horn, I'm going to play in the key of G major. Right? Brilliant. Now I've made my life easier. I'm not just playing random notes. I'm playing in the key of G major. Okay? Then the pencils, the colors, the toolkit that I was using is tone, scales, and technique, that foundation we talked about the last 2 days. I took scales that I knew. I took technical exercises I was practicing. I have certain ability to get consistent tone, to create and draw what it is I'm trying to draw, right? What it is I'm trying to create, what it is I'm trying to improvise. And so the creation, the apple, the result that you get is like the improvisation. All right? And so I'm going to take you through this now. I hope that is a good analogy and that you understand what I mean. But if you don't get it quite yet, I'm going to take it a step further, right? So if you're learning to improvise, the best place to start is drawing from a song, a melody, right? Knowing what melody you're going to improvise around. So, because we talked about When the Saints Go Marching In yesterday, I'm going to use this as an example. This is like the apple. This is the thing you're improvising around. This is the thing, right? This is like the apple as a pencil drawing with no color. This is the basic apple, right? But we want to make it look like this. Okay? We want to give color. We want to give life to this melody. Okay? So instead of just playing it like this, instead of just playing okay, so that's the plain drawing. That's just the apple as a pencil drawing, no color, no embellishment, no improvisation, nothing like that, right? Now I'm going to improvise around that melody. And guess what? I'm going to use a toolkit of the G major scale. These are my color pencils. This is my way of adding color. I'm going to use notes from this scale to improvise around the melody. Okay? So I'm only going to use G major notes. I'm just using the notes of G major there, but I'm adding color. I'm adding different ways of expressing the same melody. I'm moving around the melody to give it more life, give it more character. This is a good place to start when you're improvising. Have a melody in mind, preferably one that you've memorized, and start to play around it using the tools that you have, right? You should know at least the G major scale, right? So that you can play around that. All right, I hope we're following. So let me try it again. I'll do a different approach. Same notes, G major the whole time, but I'm playing it across the whole range of the instrument. Okay, a different approach, a different color, a different way of playing the same melody in the same key, G major, right? This is improvising. This is a good place to start. This is how you put character and life into a melody, right? And when you are just taking a solo or improvising completely, you always want to have that melody going on in your head, because that's the basis, that's the apple, that's the thing that you're trying to embellish and improvise over. Okay? I hope that makes sense, right? So I'm just using the notes of G major there to improvise over When the Saints Come Marching In, right? Because When the Saints Come Marching In is in the key of G major. It's in the key of G major. We're only using notes of G major here. Now, I can use different scales. I can use different ideas, right? That's the toolkit. Because I've been doing this for years. I've been improvising for over 25 years. I have other ways of playing over this song. I don't have to just use G major, right? But if you're starting, G major is a place to start. If you're just beginning to improvise, learning G major is the best place to start. Okay? So I hope everyone's following that. Okay? And the way to practice improvising then is to work on your exercises using G major. Work on different ways of playing G major. Work on different permutations, right? We talked about playing G major in thirds, right? Right? That's a great exercise to start working on so you can have more ideas to improvise with. That's me playing the melody and then playing G major in thirds, right? So you see these exercises, these scales and technique are a way, it's like a toolkit. It's like your color pencils. It's your palette, right? That's why you need that foundation of tone, scales, technique. If more you work on all of that foundation, the easier it's going to be to improvise. And there's literally infinite numbers of ways to practice scales, to develop that toolkit, right? And the only reason I'm able to improvise and do all these different ideas is because I practice many, many, many ways, many permutations of the G major scale, right? Does that make sense? I used to practice G major or a single scale for 7 hours. 7 hours. And you know why? Because one of my favorite sax players in the world, John Coltrane, would do this. One of the greatest improvisers to ever live used to practice C major for 7 hours or more. You're thinking, how can you practice a single scale for 7 hours? Well, all he did was come up with different permutations of playing that one scale. All he did was practice all these different ways to be creative with that one scale so that he could have more freedom, right? That was his palette, that was his toolkit, and he wanted to develop it so he'd have more freedom, be able to be more expressive with that G major scale, right? And I would do that. I would practice that. And that's why when I pick up the sax and I decide I'm going to play in G major, I've got infinite ideas. I can go for hours. You see what I mean? See what I mean? I'm playing G major there. Maybe I'm doing some embellishments, which we're going to talk about next. But I've played G major so much, practiced it so much, practicing it in so many permutations that someone says, hey, practice or play something in G major, I can go for hours and just come up with ideas and come up with stuff, right? So I hope we're following with that. That's the basic premise. It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be, I've got all these different notes on the sax, where do I start? Start with G major, start with a song, a simple song. Work with improvising around that. Even if you're an advanced saxophone player, even if you've been playing for 25 years, this is an incredible exercise. Coltrane himself practiced a single scale for 7 hours, so he could really challenge himself to come up with new ideas. Because it's hard, creatively, it's hard to keep coming up with new ideas around one scale, right? And this is why this is so important. So I hope people are getting that. Right? I hope people are starting to understand that. Because if you truly just work on your tone, work on one scale, start really getting it under your fingers, you could probably start to improvise. Right? This is the goal. This is the idea. So, now what? Now what? Well, there's another part to improvising. There's another part to being expressive. Embellishments. Right? Embellishments. What are embellishments? Ways of adorning the notes that you play using grace notes, turns, bends, trills, glissandos, falls, and growling. And there's probably more embellishments, right? Depending on your ability and depending on your instrument, right? These are embellishments. These are ways of putting even more character into your playing, right? So we have grace notes that sound like this. Right? Da, dwa, dwa, dwa. That kind of sound is a grace note. You hear that all the time in music, right? We have turns. It's this little fast passage that you can apply to any notes in a song while you're improvising, and that creates that sort of jazzy sound. Okay, we have bends. You're bending the note. That bending of the note, that's another embellishment. Trills. Right, you can apply that to a song. Glissandos, which is where you do a big rush up the scale to a note. Right, Baker Street, that's what it starts with, a glissando. Okay, we've got falls, where you fall off a note. Okay, growling. Okay, I'm making that sound, putting this growling technique on the notes. This is ways of embellishing on the saxophone, okay? So I hope you get that. And just as another analogy, it's like having a Christmas tree. All right? I like my little analogies, okay? It's like having a Christmas tree and embellishing, adorning it with different decorations, right? There's, again, a million ways to do that. There's a million ways to adorn a tree, right? You can do it like this with different colors. You got a star on top, right? You've got the ribbon around. These are different ways of embellishing the tree, and these are the techniques you can use in music to embellish your melodies, embellish your improvisation. Okay, you could have an angel on top. You could have more lights. You can have presents underneath. You can have more silver color, right? There's all these different approaches. It gives different character for every single tree. Just like when you learn these techniques, you can actually add character to your playing in many, many different ways. Okay, so this is where your personality really shines through. It's like, how often do you use grace notes? How do you use turns and bends and trills? What do you do more often? You know, there's players like Johnny Hodges, right? Great sax player from the 40s and 50s. He bends his notes, and you can know it's him by listening because he bends his notes so dramatically. Right? He bends like almost these wide intervals. And so it's like, oh, that's Johnny Hodges. He uses these embellishment techniques to give himself a unique sound, give his playing character, right? So I can't cover all of these in detail because there's a lot here. There's a lot of different things. But I am going to just cover one that you could, if you've been playing a while, you might be able to start working on today, right? And they're grace notes, right? And we're going to use When the Saints Go Marching In again, because why not? We've been talking about it. I love to use simple stuff to explain different techniques. So we're going to use grace notes, okay? And I'm just going to play a grace note on the note B in every part of this melody. Now, when you do a grace note, it's very simple. Simple concept. You find the note a half step below, right? Which is why it's important to know all your notes on the sax, right? This is why it's important to know your scales, know your chromatic scales, know all your notes. You find the note a half step down. A half step down from B is what? Does anyone know? It's B flat, okay? I use the side B flat, which is those two notes in the front, and this side key down here. Okay, and what you do is you quickly go from B flat to B. That fast. Right? Sounds like this. That's called a grace note. Okay? And I'm going to play that grace note now on the B notes as I play When the Saints Go Marching In. Okay, so you can already hear it gives it a little character, it gives it a little jazziness. Even just that alone, without any other embellishments, any other improvising. If I just put that little grace note on B, it kind of gives it a little character. Okay, so that's a simple way to start embellishing your melodies. You take a half step below any note, right? If it's G, you go a half step below G, right? You play F sharp, same kind of thing. You do F sharp to G very quickly. That's a grace note. And this is a simple way to just put a little character into your songs, right? Now, you can do a grace note the opposite way, where instead of, let's choose A now, right? Instead of going from a half step below A, G sharp to A, you can go B flat to A. So you're going a grace note from a half step above, like this. Right? Okay? So let's say I do that now. Look at the A's on the music. And when I get to those A's, I'm going to embellish that. A going from B flat to A. Okay, so I was embellishing the A's going from B flat to A using grace notes. Gives it some character. Now I'm going to do both. I'll do B's and A's. Okay, we're really kind of jazzing it up a bit by just doing that grace note. Okay, it's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. But that's a good one to start with. But don't try to do too many all the time. Maybe that isn't quite as tasteful. Maybe I just do it sometimes, right? And don't try to do other embellishments as well. Just focus in on one. Okay, so I'm going to do it again. I'm only going to use it sparingly. Okay? This is how you can start embellishing melodies on the sax, making it sound jazzy. Then you combine that with the improvisation ideas we talked about and how you can start improvising around a melody. Now you're really jazzing stuff up. Okay? Now we're putting more character into the melody. We're improvising around it. We're putting those grace notes on it. And we're now just putting our personality into it. Okay? So that's embellishments. Now, when you're working on those grace notes, make sure you're just tonguing the grace note. So on B, you're doing a grace note from B flat to B. Only tongue B flat. Don't tongue B. All right, and start slow like this. Tonguing the B flat, moving smoothly into B. Right? Don't tongue B because it won't sound right. That doesn't sound like a grace note. You've got to tongue B flat and move smoothly into B, and then start building up speed like this. And take your time. Okay, you can work to a metronome, put it slow, and then start speeding up the metronome so you can eventually get this nice and smooth. All right, so I hope we're able to follow that. Okay? Today's assignment is going to be to pick a song, improvise over it, and memorize it. Okay, so pick a song like When the Saints Go Marching In. Find a backing track, practice it, memorize it, right? And then try to improvise using the G major scale. Okay, practice the scale of the song, experiment with the scale as well as experiment with improvising over the song. And then practice grace notes using the scale of the song slowly and build up speed gradually. So find a note that you want to do a grace note on within the song. With When the Saints Go Marching In, we used B, we used A to do grace notes on, and start implementing it into the song, right? And then try to combine the two to really start putting character into the song and into your playing. All right? So, I hope that's all clear. I hope you got a lot out of that, right? Because even if you're a beginner, you know, I hope that you kind of get an understanding of, oh, right, so that's what improvising is. That's what embellishments is. I need to work on tone, scales, technique, build that foundation so I can move into starting to improvise and embellish stuff, right? I don't want this to be too overwhelming for you. I want you to think of it as, okay, that's where I can get to, right? And I really hope you got it, right? So I'm going to answer some more questions. at the end of the masterclass. But I just want to ask you a question. I want to ask you a question. All right? I want to ask you a question. The past few days, would you agree that this Saxophone Mastery Challenge was valuable and time well spent? Because I really want to know. I want to know if you were able to understand, follow me, really, like, I want to know if I made it simple to understand, because my goal is to make the saxophone accessible to as many people as possible, help as many people as possible learn the sax. And what I found and what I find is that people get overwhelmed very quickly, very easily. It's too difficult because they're not getting the correct guidance. And I want to make sure that I'm not one of those people overwhelming you and making it complicated. So would you agree that the Saxophone Mastery Challenge was valuable, time well spent? Would you agree? Noah says, absolutely, Alex. Absolutely. Yes, very helpful. Chip from Chip. Tammy, 100%. Totally amazing. That makes me feel good. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Because that's really my mission, right? Lalit says, yes, it was very helpful. Sarah, yes, definitely. Awesome. Awesome. I've learned a lot in these last 3 days. From Marcel, Gertie, yes, it was very informative with going through the monthly class. John, excellent. Marcelino, yes, awesome. Now, obviously, I can't cover everything about my saxophone mastery system in 3 days. Okay, even if I had all day, even if we went all day for these last 3 days, there's so much packed into these 5 core principles that I can't show you everything, right? I've been studying for 25 years. I've been playing for 25 years. There's a lot that I could share with you, right? And you may feel overwhelmed by what I've been shared in this challenge, but the reality is I've only scratched the surface. We're just scratching the surface of all of these 4 principles, okay? So I have something really special I want to share with you so you can get access to everything you need to know, right? How would you like it? All right, let me ask you a question. How would you like it if I could help you with going deeper into the saxophone mastery system I've created? Tammy says you've mastered how to break it down to be easily understandable. I appreciate that. That's my goal. It has been great to actually ask a professional some questions. Well, how would you like to go deeper with me, right? Would you like to really understand even more about scales, learn all the scales, right? Learn more about tone, all the different exercises you can learn. Different technique exercises, all those permutations I talked about with learning scales. I want to show you. I want to show you. Embellishments, all those embellishments, I want to show them all to you, all step by step. Improvisation, where to start, how to get going. Yes, would love it. I'm already in, would be great. Definitely, of course, for sure. All right, amazing, right? Well, before I get into it, there's one final core principle, right? The fastest way to improve on saxophone is to not go at it alone, okay? So this is what most people do. They pick up the sax and they try to learn for free on the internet, on YouTube, right? And look, I do this. When I want to learn something, what do I do first? I go onto YouTube, I go onto the search engine, and I try to look for answers. But what happens is we start going into this sort of rabbit hole, trying to learn everything for free. We get overwhelmed, frustrated, exhausted, because we don't know where to start. Everyone seems to be telling us something different, right? We're all at different levels, and no one really knows where you're at, okay? It gets frustrating. So the saxophone is no different. You need structured step-by-step guidance, or you're just going to get confused, overwhelmed, and eventually give up. And I've seen this happen all the time. People give up. It's too hard. I don't get it. It's because they're trying all these difficult things without getting the foundation, right? And what happens is if you do want to start learning, getting professional advice, getting help, and you've maybe been trying to learn for free for a few months, well, what's going to happen is you're going to have learned all the wrong stuff. And when you go to get lessons, the teacher's just going to be like, well, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. You have to correct all this stuff. and it just costs you money to correct it all, right? Because you're wasting all this time. You've learned all the wrong things, and now you're wasting money trying to unlearn it. Okay, costs you time and money, right? So what I really encourage is to choose one of these options, right? You can get a private teacher. I had private teachers, I had private lessons. Great option. It's awesome, right? You have someone in the room with you helping you. Unfortunately, nowadays, some of us are you know, I know I'm worried about getting COVID. I'm worried about family getting COVID. It's a crazy time, right? We don't always want to risk being in the same room with other people, you know, getting lessons with a teacher, you know, potentially getting sick, right? So we want to, you know, it's a good option, but it's not the best option nowadays. And it gets expensive, right? I charge $150 an hour for my lessons, right? If you did a weekly lesson with me, it would cost over $7,000. But even if you got lessons for cheaper, right? You shouldn't be paying less than $60 an hour for a teacher. If you are, they're probably not very good, right? But even if you paid $60 every week, that's almost $3,000 a year. Okay, so it gets expensive if you want that personal guidance with a teacher, right? And the other disadvantage is that you have to remember everything the teacher says in that hour. You have to take it all in. You have 1 hour to spend with them. You have to figure out what they're saying, understand what they're saying. And when you're going home and you're trying to practice this stuff, they're not there to guide you. They're not there to answer your questions, right? And that's super frustrating. That's super frustrating. And I find when I was teaching privately, someone would come in and go, "Oh yeah, I couldn't quite figure this out." And it was such a simple thing, but it stopped them from actually practicing all week. So they actually didn't practice at all, come into the lesson. It was like, "Oh yeah, you just need to adjust the reed. Oh yeah, you just need to put your finger here. Oh, okay, yeah. I would have been able to practice all week if I knew that." Super frustrating. Waste of money, waste of time, right? Option 3, go to music college. This is amazing. I went to Berklee College of Music, right? Best time of my life. Incredible. But the costs add up, right? It was a $200,000 education, and you have to take all that time out of your life to go and learn this stuff, study this stuff. And the best part about the college was the community, right? Having people around you, encouraging you, supporting you, people you can ask about where they're at in their journey, be inspired by. But then when college was over, all of that went away. Like, it was super sad for me when I had to go home after Berklee and I didn't have that community anymore. I was kind of lost for a minute. I was like, God, I don't have anyone to talk to about my saxophone journey. I mean, obviously you can call a friend and people you met there and email or whatever, but it kind of all goes away like that. So suddenly you spend all this money. The best part you realize is the community, because that's the most supportive thing. Like I said, not going at it alone is the biggest thing, right? Or option number 4, affordable online saxophone coaching from the comfort of your home. And I really like this picture of the kid with the little saxophone, so I thought I'd put that up there. But this is what I'm offering, okay? I'm offering the Sax Circle coaching community. Level up your sax skills with step-by-step guidance, live coaching calls, personal feedback, and a supportive community of like-minded sax players. So just think about what's been going on in the last 3 days during the Saxophone Mastery Challenge. Imagine just continuing this, right? For as long as you want. Having a supportive community, sharing your journey with people, right? Getting personal feedback on your playing. So even more than what we're doing this weekend. I haven't really given any personal feedback. In the Sax Circle coaching community, you can upload videos of your playing, get feedback from me. Personal feedback. It's having like one-on-one guidance from me. I go live every month just like this, going into topics, going deeper into some of my Saxophone Mastery System topics and core principles. And you get step-by-step guidance. I have hundreds of lessons, professionally recorded, professionally filmed, showing you everything step by step, okay? And it's all online, all right? It's all online, so you can do it from the comfort of your home. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to drive anywhere. You can do it from the comfort of your home. Okay, so what's inside? The private community of supported like-minded sax players on the same journey as you that you can call on 24/7. Live monthly masterclass and coaching call based on the Saxophone Mastery System what members request. Okay, so if you have any, like, can you really go deeper into this? I'll do a whole masterclass on it if enough people want to do it. With Q&A. With Q&A. So at the end of every session, you can ask me anything. I'll demonstrate it for you. I'll help you. They go on for an hour and a half sometimes, these masterclasses, sometimes 2 hours every month. Personal feedback from me every month on your sax playing. So every month you put up a video, right? Terrence just said your feedback is appreciated and encouraging. He's one of my students inside the Sax Circle coaching community. He posted a video. I gave him some feedback. I told him what to work on. I pointed him to the lessons inside the membership, right? This is what you're getting with this community. There's nothing like this online, okay? And finally, the Saxophone Success Path with over 350 lessons presented step by step from scratch to advanced in 6 stages, right? So 350 lessons sounds like a lot. It's a lot. There's so much stuff in here, but I have 6 stages to help you get through each of these lessons. So you might be in stage 1. I've got 50 lessons for you, right? You might be in stage 3. I've got another 50 lessons for you. I've got different stages. You can figure out what stage you're in and start from there, okay? And I'm always adding more lessons. You get replays of the live masterclasses, so you can watch them whenever you like. It's all inside this membership. So here's Adam. Adam's actually online with us right now. Okay, he's from Malaysia. He's an incredible star student. He started with me just 7-8 months ago from scratch. And this is what he has to say. The Sax Circle Coaching Community curriculum provides the roadmap of exactly what you should learn. I can keep watching the videos repeatedly to learn at my own pace. The instructions are clear to follow. I was able to play Mary Had a Little Lamb within a week and had no prior lessons. My favorite song is Somewhere Over the Rainbow. I uploaded it to YouTube and received such support and encouragements from friends and relatives. I felt such a sense of accomplishment. Alexander's teachings are easy to follow and the techniques are clear. Adam's amazing. He's so committed to learning. He's retired now, and he said, I want to learn the saxophone. Barely had any musical background, and he's already playing Somewhere Over the Rainbow. He's playing all these songs. He's put on YouTube. He had like dozens of comments from friends and family. He loved it. This is Peggy. The tutorials in the Saxophone Success Path are fantastic. The tips given are very beneficial to learning a song at a quicker pace. The tips also point the player to the correct place in the resources where videos can help improve a specific skill. This community is unbelievable in terms of the resources offered to the students. I love that the Saxophone Success Path provides me an opportunity to learn on my own as time permits. So there is no sort of like time restraint or time, like you don't have to do 5 hours a day, or it's really at your own pace. Whenever you have time, you can go back in and start learning where you left off, right? Depending on your level. And this is Dale. Dale is with us as well from Bermuda. The Sax Circle Coaching Community took me back to basics. Starting at scratch was the foundation I needed, and I'm getting the personal guidance I need with short, simple lessons. You can stop the videos and go over them again 100 times, which you can't do with a real person. The best part for me is to listen to him demonstrate first and play. I love it. He explains everything in the videos extremely well. I was trying to use a book before taking the class to find notes, but now I have the chart on the side of the videos and the ability to stop and start. This is heaven. Alexander is an excellent teacher. I have degrees in evaluating teachers, and if he was my music employee, he would get perfect marks for instruction. Such a wonderful review from Dale there. He was with us yesterday, I think. I'm not sure he's here today. Adam says, by signing up to your Sax Masterclass, you've been helping to take away the frustrations out of me. That's what Adam said just now in the comments. So the proof is there. I'm not making this stuff up, right? Here's Pat. Pat's with us today as well, I believe. I've improved more in the last 3 months since joining the Sax Circle coaching community than I have in the previous 17 months. I had private lessons before, but the first teacher taught me all wrong, right? This is what happens. People get the wrong advice, the wrong help. Alexander's masterclasses are brilliant because you can choose between so many saxophone related topics. He's always there to answer any questions about the saxophone, really professional guidance. The membership is a one-on-one personal class. There's so much to learn and you never get bored. All the members get together once per month in a live saxophone masterclass with Alexander. They're brilliant, cover so much, and the Sax Circle community is a great way of seeing how other people are getting on with their saxophone journey, right? Don't go at it alone. Have other people that you can get inspired by, that you can encourage, that you can support, that you can talk to, okay? This is truly what learning the saxophone and developing your skills in music is all about. Michael, The videos, Michael was with us yesterday as well. The videos are very informative and guide me in the right way. Also, it helps when you can do it at your own pace. I love the fact that all the classes are accessible anytime and very intuitive and interactive. I also love the monthly live masterclass and the fact that the subject of discussion is put out in advance. It's a perfect sax tool, and I love to look forward to the next one. The Sax Circle community is very informative, and I love the way people interact with each other too. I've enjoyed the one-on-one support from Alexander, enjoyed the different conversations with other group members. Okay, so this is what it's all about, right? So I'm going to take you through now exactly what you get. Okay, the Sax Circle coaching community. Connect with other members, ask questions. Go through courses and lessons together. Ask me anything and I'll always answer. I'm always in the community. I'm always answering people's questions. Anytime you're like, I'm struggling with this, I can't get it, you can literally go in, ask a question, and I will answer it, right? It's not a Facebook group. You're not going to get trolled by some random person. You're not going to get negative feedback. It's a positive community, positive feedback, positive help every time. Ask any questions about the lessons inside the courses. There's comments under each video, comment section, so you can ask anything about any lesson. And announcements about upcoming live masterclasses. Okay, live masterclass every month is $2,400 a year value, okay? Each of these masterclasses I do are like a $200 value, right? And you get access for life to the replays. Answer any questions you may have live, masterclasses related to the saxophone mastery system, help with understanding lessons inside the membership, connect with other members, professionally recorded so you can watch the replays anytime. Personal feedback from me, okay? This is like, again, $150. I charge $150 a lesson. You can get that part of the membership for an entire, every month. That's $1,800 a year. Share your progress by filming a video of yourself. Get personal feedback on your playing from me. Show you exactly what you need to practice, and I link you to specific lessons inside the membership. All the members can see the feedback and learn from each other as well. So you might see other people doing it and doing a song or playing a technique, and you're like, oh, I do that too. Oh, I do that, wrong, or I squeak as well. Or you can see what feedback I give and actually just learn from them and learn from the feedback I give them. And then finally, 350 step-by-step lessons, right? I actually give you access to every single video I've ever made, okay? All the courses I've ever made. You get access to every one of them. Saxophone tone, saxophone technique, saxophone scales, saxophone embellishments, improvisation, those 5 core principles. I have courses on every single one. So if you're like, I really want to work on my tone, you can go into that course, start learning all the exercises. I take you through everything step by step. You want to learn more about improvisation? Have an entire course. You can start learning about improvising. You want to learn about embellishments? All of those techniques I showed you, I show you step by step exactly how to do them. Saxophone from scratch to success. You get access to this too. So you can actually go through my total beginner program to help you get to a certain stage that you can start learning all these other core principles and going deeper into the core principles. I actually show you everything step by step in that course. And I have an entire section called Learn Songs and Solos where I have 20 songs. Step by step, I show you what notes to play. I show you all the fingerings, everything, okay? And of course the live masterclass replays, which I've done about 12 now, or 11, and you get access to every single one that I've done, okay? $4,476 value, right? And of course, everything's laid out in a saxophone success path, all those lessons. Know where you are in your journey to mastering sax, navigate through my saxophone mastery system without feeling overwhelmed, frustrated, or confused. Know what you will learn in each stage of your journey so you can set realistic goals for yourself. So you can figure out where you're at. I'm a beginner, I'm intermediate. Maybe I'm at this level. I show you where you're at by asking you some questions and telling you what you should know at the level, at stage 3, at stage 4, at stage 5. So this is everything you get. All the lessons, live masterclass replays, personal feedback every month, Sax Circle coaching community. This is the value of all of this stuff, if not more, right? All of this stuff I learned at Berkeley. I learned after 25 years of playing the saxophone. I've learned after 13 years of music education. And I'm not going to be charging you anywhere close to this, right? I'm not going to be charging you even $150, which is what I charge per lesson. It's only $97 a month. This week only, right? So I don't open this community very often because of how much value I give and because of how much I invest in each of my students. I can't keep it open all the time, right? I only open twice a year. I'm not going to be opening for another 9 months because I want people who are committed. I want people who are going to join and learn from me. And I want people that I can really help with their journey, right? So $97 a month, you can get every single one of these things, and you can cancel anytime. So you can actually cancel after a month if you like. You don't have to stay committed. Now you won't get access to anything after you cancel. You'll get access to everything at the end of that month, for example, right? But this is going to be cheaper than any other option you're going to find, okay? And the thing is, I know I said that the Sax Circle Coaching Community is open tomorrow, but here's the thing. Oh yeah, and you can actually get an entire year, 2 months free as well, right? And there's a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you can actually join. If it's not for you, if you don't think it's working out, you can ask for your money back, no questions asked, right? And it's only available until Friday 28th. After that, the doors are closing. So this is where you can go to learn more about it. And I know I said I was going to open it tomorrow, but it's actually open just for you. People have turned up live today. I've now opened it. So you can actually go to saxophomasterclass.com/membership and join right now. Okay? This is just for people that have joined me live. There should be a link below. If you're watching on my website, there's a link below. It says learn more about the Sax Circle Coaching Community. And you can join right now and get instant access to every single thing inside this membership. Okay, everything I just described. But we are closing Friday and we will not be open for another 9 months, right? So here's Valentino. I've learned a lot in just a short time since I joined the Sax Circle Coaching Community. If I have a question, Alexander is quick to respond. I like the lessons in the Mastering a Saxophone Technique course, which is one of the courses you get access to, because it is all about learning the basics of playing the saxophone. I always go back to this course when I need to remind myself of what it takes to be a better player. I also love the monthly live masterclass. Even though I can't watch the actual live video because of my work schedule, I get to watch the replay, right? So if you can't make it for any reason, you can actually ask me questions beforehand. I'll answer them in the masterclass and you can watch it later. I enjoy what other members are doing and what they are working on inside the Sax Circle Coaching Community. The membership is self-paced yet structured. I can review what the instructor said without having to take notes. I can watch the lesson and hear a professional play the tune 24/7. Then I just learn the style by imitating. The lessons are very clear, and I love the videos that explain how to work through the trouble spots on saxophone. Being able to hear a good saxophonist demonstrate everything allows me to compare myself with a professional who has good control over the saxophone. I also love the community experience. That's Ellen. Manjeet, with the Saxophone Success Path, I can revisit lessons numerous times and work through them at my own pace. Alexander is one of the very few online tutors that explains saxophone teachings clearly and at a pace that suits me. The progression is clear and there are no gaps in the information. I love his articulation explaining what can be complex in layman's terms with illustrations. The monthly live masterclasses are extremely useful. Being able to hear what other members are having similar problems to me is helpful. Okay, and this is Joe, one of my star students. I think he's here with us today. I know it has just been 4 weeks since I started playing, but I can hear and see an improvement, which is great. The Sax Circle Coaching Community is the best education I've ever had, and I'm learning so much more every day. I think Alexander is a very good teacher, and he could not be better. What I love most is learning new songs and playing them, which I never thought I could do, right? I'm showing you songs step by step. Even if you have no experience, I show you exactly what to do. I keep looking back at my first video of me playing, and I look at where I am now, and I see I've improved a lot in my tone. I have lots to improve, but I can see a big difference in my playing. I enjoyed the monthly live masterclass. It is nice to chat to everyone on the course. And as always, Alexander is very focused and helpful. This is Gertie. Gertie is with us today as well. The Saxophone Success Path is very easy to follow. I have learned so much in a few weeks and I feel more confident when playing. I can hear when I use the correct notes because now I've learned where the notes are in the saxophone. The lessons have done wonders for me in that now I understand what key a song is in and can easily transpose songs written to fit my alto sax. I'm able to follow the step-by-step song tutorials with ease, and Alexander has taken the time visually and audibly to show us the how and the why of the saxophone. So here it is. Even more bonuses if you join today, right? You'll get the 30-day saxophone from scratch challenge. So if you're just starting and you want to get playing your first songs, you can take this challenge. It's included in the price. 30-day saxophone tone challenge. So if you really want to improve your tone, take that challenge. You'll see an improvement in your tone in 30 days. sheet music for all the songs with the fingerings. So all those 20 songs I have, you can get all the fingerings, all the note names completely, download them all, keep them for free. Over 50 MP3, PDF, and backing track downloads. You can download all the exercises, all that stuff, it's included. And new courses and videos added regularly. $997 value. Okay, so I'm always adding more stuff and you get access to everything, right? And for today, I got a 6 bonus. So if you sign up today, right, you get all those bonuses if you sign up no matter what. But if you sign up today, I'm doing something crazy, which I rarely ever do, okay? You can get a one-to-one lesson with me. So we can actually personally chat on the phone, on Skype, on FaceTime. You can get a 45-minute lesson with me, hour lesson with me, talk about your goals, talk about where you're trying to get to on the saxophone, talk about what you want to learn. And I can help you. I can help you with where you're trying to get to and point you in the right direction. But I'm only giving this away to people that join today. Okay, so this expires tonight in 11 hours, 11:59 p.m. PST. If you don't join before then, you can't get the one-to-one lesson with me. Unless you join for the year, I give that as an extra bonus. But if you join out, even at $97 a month, you'll also get a one-to-one lesson to me. So you'll even get the value, $150 value, by just paying $97, just with the lesson alone, let alone all the other things that you get inside the community. Okay? Again, saxophonemasterclass.com/membership. All of this value, over $10,000 value, $97 a month, 30-day money-back guarantee, or $970 for the year. So a couple of months of lessons with a private instructor was going to cost you over $970 a year. I mean, $970. You can get a whole year of all of this guidance, all of these courses, all of these lessons, live masterclasses, personal feedback, the community for the same price. Okay? This is what I'm offering. It's crazy value, right? And this is why I only open the masterclass or the membership twice a year, because I can't keep offering this value to too many people. I want to keep it a nice small community of committed people, right? And I want to be able to serve each and every one of them. And of course, the 30-day no questions asked money back guarantee, right? So you can actually come and do all of these things. Come to a live masterclass, right? We're going live on Monday, January 31st, Monday week. Come to the class, right? Join today, come to the class. Get feedback on your sax playing. Upload a video, right? Get feedback. Meet other members of the Sax Circle coaching community, right? You've already met a few today. Adam here is raving about the membership. He's renewing in June. He did the yearly membership. Watch any of the 350 lessons, okay? Download the PDFs of the music, the fingerings, the exercises. If you don't like it, if you don't want to keep going, if it's not for you, just let me know. Within 30 days, I'll give you your money back. Like, this is a no-brainer, guys. This is a no-brainer. You can sign up today. If it's not for you, no problem. Let me know. I'll give you your money back, because I'd rather you spend your money elsewhere if it's not a good fit for you. Okay, I'm not about trying to steal your money. I'm not about trying to take as much money from you as possible. I'm trying to help you become a better sax player. I'm committed to helping people from all over the world develop their skills on the sax. This is my mission. So if I'm not achieving that with you, that's okay. Find someone else, find another way. I really just hope you keep the sax up, and I really hope you keep playing, because that's my goal, is to get as many sax players in the world as possible, right? So what are the common questions, right? Will I get access to all the lessons and courses when I sign up? 100% yes. Everything will be available to you as soon as you become a member. You can download the MP3s, PDFs, backing tracks right away. And you can watch any of the 350 lessons inside the membership. Will you help me if I have specific saxophone-related queries? Yes, I'm here to answer your questions and help you on your journey to learn the saxophone. The quickest way to get a response from me is to post inside the Sax Circle coaching community, but you can also email me anytime. How often do you do a live masterclass? I do a live saxophone masterclass every month. I'll give you plenty of warning via email or in the announcements area. I'll also send you a link to the live stream. The monthly live masterclass usually takes place at the end of the month. I'll be discussing a particular subject matter, often related to the material inside the membership, and we'll open up the masterclass to questions from members If you don't get your questions answered for some reason, you can always post in the Sax Circle community and I'll answer them promptly, and you can do this anytime, day or night. You'll get access to all the live masterclass replays in case you can't make it, including all the live masterclasses I've ever done. I'm a total beginner with no musical background. Will I be able to follow your lessons? Absolutely. I pride myself on designing the entire membership so that even total beginners with no musical background or experience can learn saxophone and play their favorite songs. I explain everything step by step with short lessons that allow you to take in the information easily. I can't read music. Can I still learn songs inside the Saxophone Masterclass membership? Yes, of course. I have step-by-step lessons for all the songs I teach, meaning I show you the fingerings close up, as tell you the note names so you can easily figure out what to play. And I also give you the PDFs of every single song with the note names and fingerings as well, so you can print them out and learn the songs at your leisure. For those that can read music, I also provide the sheet music with the notation of all the songs. Do the lessons apply to all saxophones, also tenor, soprano, and baritone? Yep, no matter what sax you play, the lesson inside the membership will guide you to mastering the saxophone. All the techniques and exercises apply to all saxophones. It sounds like there's so much information inside. How can I ensure I don't get overwhelmed? I will assure that you won't get overwhelmed. The membership is designed for saxophonists of all levels, and everyone learns at their own pace. I'm here to guide you to achieving whatever goals you have on sax in a structured step-by-step way. No matter how much time you have to practice, the membership is designed to fit your needs and not make you feel overwhelmed. What if I don't like the Saxophone Masterclass membership after I sign up? No problem. If you feel like the Saxophone Masterclass membership isn't for you, just email me at alexander@saxophonesmasterclass.com. Let me know within 30 days of signing up and I'll send you a full refund. Your access to the membership will cease, of course, and you will not be able to access the 350 lessons, live masterclasses, or the Sax Circle community. Now, so glad we're all still here. This is your bonus for coming today. All right, so go to saxophonesmasterclass.com/bonus. You get the Ultimate Major Scales Fingering Guide. It's going to help you with learning scales on the saxophone so you can start learning your favorite songs. I just want to give you this gift that even if you don't join, I want you to be able to start learning the saxophone in a more effective way. Start practicing your scales. Start learning how to improvise. And this bonus is going to be the way to do it. Okay? It's the Ultimate Major Scales Fingering Guide. I have all the fingerings for every major scale. I explain Western music. And it's completely free because you came to this live training and you're here with me and you've been here with me all weekend. I really appreciate it. And I just wanted to show my gratitude. So now I just want to open it up to questions. Okay? I know we've had a few questions here, but that's the whole pitch, right? That's the invitation, right? I want to continue this journey with you guys. I want to be able to continue this journey so that I can keep teaching you all of these techniques, keep helping you with learning the saxophone. And if you join today, you're going to get a private lesson with me. Okay? It's included even if you just join for a month, $97, right? Let's have a look at these comments here. Paul says, on top of what you've spoken about, it's been great to actually ask a professional some questions. I'm glad that you've enjoyed it. I'm glad you've enjoyed it. Where are you located? I'm in Los Angeles, Lex. I'm in Los Angeles, California. I do the master classes at about 12 p.m. once a month. So hopefully that works for your time zone, but if it doesn't, you can still watch the replays as well. Tammy Graham is priceless. Patricia, when I first got my sax, finding your website was a godsend. I was impressed by your professionalism, your approach to teaching, learning, and your enthusiasm for the subject. Thanks so much. You're welcome, Patricia. I appreciate that. That's great feedback. Tammy says, I agree, Patricia. It's wonderful. I love it. I love it. And Adam said, by signing up to your sax circuit coaching community, you've been helping to take away the frustrations. Awesome. I would really love to sign up for the masterclass. Please do. Please do. Adam again. Hi Marcella, signing up for the Sax Masterclass was the best decision I'd ever made in my life. Wow. That's amazing. I love Adam. Adam's so encouraging. He's got such great character. He's such a great attitude. He's renewing his membership come June. Let's see here. Barbara, how many do you have in the course at one time? So I have about 50 members currently. So it's a small group, right? So I'm not one of these websites that has thousands of people joined and they're all inside and all that stuff. They are there's only about 50. It's a small community, right? And I'm not gonna take a huge amount, right? That's why I only open twice a year, so that I can really focus on my students. Wow, to be honest, this is a great price. I really appreciate that. I think so too. If I sign up, when exactly will I have to start? I have a job, a 16-month. Oh boy, I need to plan this a bit. Yeah, so basically the way it works is you have until Friday to sign up. If you want to sign up tonight, you will get a one-to-one lesson with me. So you have to sign up by Friday. The thing is, you can start whenever you like, right? The whole point of this membership is that you're getting so much value that even if you get busy for a couple of weeks, you're still going to get a huge amount of value out of it. Even if you don't practice for a couple of weeks, you're still, even if you spend just 2 weeks a month focusing, practicing, maybe you put up a video, maybe you come to a live masterclass, you're still getting the value, right? And that's why, you know, I only open a couple of times a year, and if you cancel, you know, you can't, I don't have people join and stop and join, because the value you're getting is so good that even if you do get busy for a couple of weeks, or even if you can't start right away, you're still going to get a lot of value out of this membership, right? It's still going to be cheaper than any other option if you're trying to get lessons. If you get lessons and you get busy, guess what? You're wasting money on those lessons. A lot of teachers don't like to do sporadic lessons. They want you to do it every week. So you're paying that weekly fee. You're spending at least $200-300 a month or more. And if you get busy, it's like hard luck. You know, you're spending $97 a month with me. So even if you get busy, you're not losing it, right? You're not losing it. You can still apply yourself whenever you like. So Barbara asks, the year includes one-on-one, but if you pay tonight, you get an additional, and if you pay in full, you get 2 months free, so 14 months. So yeah, good question. So you get 2 months free, as in 97 a month is over 12 months is actually more than 970, right? 970 a year is 10 months, right? 97 times 10 is 970. So you get 2 months after the 10 months. So you get a year, 12 months for $970. And yes, you will get a lesson with me, but if you sign up today for a year, you'll get 2 lessons with me. Okay? That's the thing. So you're getting 2 lessons with me. Cash them in whenever you like throughout the year, hour at a time, if you pay for the $970 a year today. But it's going to be renewable every year. You can cancel before the year if you want, but if you start today, say January 23rd, right? You pay for the year. Next year, 2023, January 23rd, you'll pay another $970. You'll get another lesson with me. But if you join tonight, you'll get 2 lessons with me. But anybody that joins, even the monthly, by tonight, will get a lesson with me. But it's only for today, because I can't give everyone a lesson, right? Hope that answers your question. Pat, one of my members, says it's the only way to go if you want to turn pro, right? So Pat's actually doing gigs. I've been teaching him about how to, about state performance and how to prepare for performances and how to be confident with, how to prepare. And so I've been helping him all the way to these advanced stages of actually making money from playing the saxophone because I've been doing it for 15 years, so I know all about it, right? I love seeing my members are so nice to each other. Hey Pat, good to see you again. That was Adam, and Pat says, "Hey Adam, thank you, nice to see you here too." They are always encouraging each other inside the membership in the community. Are some scales harder to learn on sax because the fingering is just more awkward? What are the hardest scales? That's a good question. Yes, there's some scales harder than others, and inside the coaching community, inside the course, I actually take you through them step by step and with increasing difficulty. So we start with G major, then we go to C major, F major, B flat major, until finally we get to the harder scales, which are like F sharp major, C sharp major, you know, D sharp major, things like that, or not D sharp major, sorry, A flat major. These are harder scales. So I take you through each of them step by step. So people try to learn, you know, F sharp major is super hard, B major, super hard, you know, and they get overwhelmed. So I show you step by step, okay, learn this one first, then this one, then this one, then this one, right? Is the course structured? Are steps laid out where to start and when to move to the next? Yes, Lely, great question. Everything is structured step by step. And I have a saxophone success path that you can follow so that you can follow it step by. So even if you've been practicing, you work through the steps, maybe you take a few days off, maybe you take a week off, you log back in, you start where you finished, right? And you can keep going through the saxophone success path. Tammy, who got my saxophone from scratch to success course, which is my separate course, said, "My husband has commented my playing has already improved so much he hasn't had a migraine from my practice again in 3 weeks of joining." All right, so that was the saxophone. So Tammy's in my saxophone from scratch to success course. Okay, that's a separate course. That's a limited course, but you also get access to that when you become a member. Gertie is one of my members. Thank you, Alexander. You're the best. Can I sign up for the Masterclass for just the $97 monthly? Timothy asks. Yes. So you can go for $97 a month, right? You can get access to everything. The reason why I put the $970 a year is so you can save money, right? So for 12 months, if you do $97 a month, you're spending like an extra $200, right? But if you can save that money if you join for the year. Barbara, thanks. Love the membership and bonuses. Joining now. So excited. Beautiful. That's so nice to hear. Love it. So John says, I'm on a scratch to success course. As you know, would it to be to my advantage joining the Masterclass membership as well? So it's entirely up to you, right? So that course is great. If you can get, it takes you through everything step by step as a beginner. If you're trying to get a little more support, a little more encouragement, a little more feedback, right? Or a lot more, should I say, the membership is where you want to go, right? So if you want to come to these live trainings like this every month, if you want to get the personal feedback from me on your playing so you know that you're not practicing the wrong things, if you want to have a community of people that you can call on, ask questions, share your progress with, join the membership. Check it out, right? And I would suggest just joining for a month and just seeing if it's worth it, right? If it's what you need right now. Totally. But the thing is, you could cancel and you still have access to the Saxophone from Scratch to Success course. So you still have access to that for life, right? So I would say, yes, it's worth joining if you want to get that extra motivation, right? All right. Pat says, gotta go, guys. See you all again soon. Renewing my membership now in February. Brilliant as always, Alexander. Thank you so much, Irishman. Thanks, Pat. Appreciate it. Sláinte. Go over my gut. Tim, I just signed up. I'm looking forward to great things. Amazing. Thank you so much, Timothy. So excited that you could join me. Barbara says, COVID is kicking my butt for 3 weeks now. I have Delta. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Any suggestions or experience on how long it takes to get my breathing back? I just started 2 months ago now, back to square one. Yeah, I mean, that's a that's a medical question that I can't really answer. But yeah, Yeah, that's a difficult one to answer. I honestly shouldn't really, I probably shouldn't even give any advice because you might want to ask your doctor about that. Um, but I would take it easy. Um, I think it's safe to say, maybe work on your breathing exercises. I think that's a good thing to do for anybody. And if you're trying to get back into saxophone playing, but I would ask your doctor, hey, look, is this a good idea? Where am I at? Like, in terms of my recovery, because it affects everybody differently. This thing, the COVID thing, it's crazy. It's crazy. Um, all right. Well, listen, look. If you guys are still on the fence, right? We have a couple of people joining, right? Amazing. I love it. Tim is joining. Barbara's joining. I have a few other people I'm seeing here in my emails. Everyone's joining. I love it. This is so exciting. How about for those on the fence? Do you want to see what's inside? Do you want me to just kind of go in to the membership and show you around? Because I'm happy to do that. All right, let me know. I can just show you exactly what's inside right now when you join. Lalit, general question, do we need to learn all scales? Some scales are very difficult. F sharp major compared to others. I see people posting songs to other scales. I like C, G, and D major. So the goal is to learn all your major scales, but the amount that you can do with just learning those three scales, C, G, and D, like you can learn thousands of songs. You can learn so many things. Don't get overwhelmed yourself with all these scales, which is why the membership's so great. The Saxophone Success Pass is so great. I actually show you multiple songs in just G major. I show you 10 songs in G major, so you can start playing songs right away, right? That's what the whole point is. Then I start showing you songs in more difficult scales like F major, and then D major, and then C major. And I show you step by step different scales, different songs, so you can actually internalize these scales and learn songs with them and have fun with the saxophone. Don't worry about trying to learn all the scales, every major scale. Eventually you want to do that. Okay? But it's okay to start with three scales. Tala, I'm enjoying today. Thank you. Awesome. Tammy, me too. Amazing. I did 97 monthly because I did not see the yearly. I just want to be part of your class. That's awesome, Tim. Yeah, if you want to switch to yearly later, you can. So if you do the monthly and you're like, oh, this is so cool, I want to save some money, I want to join for the year, I can do that for you. Just let me know. You should see it on the page. Okay, you're probably on a mobile device and you didn't scroll down far enough. So you got to keep scrolling down to past the 97 monthly to find the 970 yearly. But if you want to switch to yearly, let me know. I can do that for you. Thanks for the 3-day, Alexander. They were great. Joe, got ahead, Alexander. The membership is fab. Joe's one of my members. I had a little testimonial from him. Chat soon. So Joe's always posting. Patricia, as well as saying thank you for so much good info. I also appreciate being forced out of my comfort zone on the computer. Have learned a lot of computer skills as a bonus. Good stuff, Alexander. Awesome. Hi, Barbara. You may have a... Adam says, hey, Barbara. Hope you have a speedy recovery and have fun with your sax again. Awesome. Barbara just joined for the year. Amazing. Very easy to sign up. Oh, my God. That's so exciting. So glad to have you, Barbara. Awesome. So, listen, look. There's a few people still on. There's over 30 people on right now. Who wants to see inside? Like if you're on the fence, you're not sure, I can just take you inside the membership so you can just be a little more clear about what you get inside. Or if you have any more questions. Please let me know. Please let me know. Barbara, thanks everyone for the encouragement. Yes, Barbara, please get well soon. John, I've decided to join. Amazing. I love it. Yeah, so even for the people that signed up, right, we got a bunch of people now just signed up. Let me just take you inside. Let's just take a minute here to just see what you're getting and how to navigate, okay? Might as well. May as well. So let me just switch over to my Chrome here. All right, can everyone see that? Can everyone see the page? Saxophone Masterclass membership. Let me know. Yeah, it looks like you can. Tammy's gonna join. Amazing. All right. Oops. Okay, so here we are. We're inside. Okay, this is the first. As soon as you sign up, this is what you're gonna see. Okay, this is what you're gonna see. And this is what I was talking about, the saxophone success path. Okay, this is what I was mentioning, and you can actually download this right away. And this is a great way to just see where you're at in your journey, right? The 6 stages. Okay, I talk a little bit about it, right? And these are the kind of stages that you're going to go through in order to master the saxophone. Number 1, I tell you, this is what you should be learning: how to breathe correctly, where to place your mouth, correct replacement, correct tonguing techniques. All right, I show you all of this in stage 1 until finally stage 6, developing a personal sax sound, learning all your blues skills, knowing pro technique exercises, knowing embellishment techniques, learning songs like the pros, play with accuracy and speed, improvise and jam with anyone. Okay, this is where we're trying to get to in our journey on the saxophone. So I go a little into, you know, each stage so you can figure out where you're at, and then I link you to the lessons you should be working from in order. Okay, there's stage 1, and actually these are all laid out in my Saxophone from Scratch to Success course. Stage 2, right? These are the lessons you need to work on, right? Someone asked about scales. I'm showing you your scales step by step. Number 11, C major scale. Number 12, F major scale. Number 18, B flat major scale. I'm showing you increasing difficulty. I'm showing you all the scales in increasing difficulty, right? So A major scale, number 20. We're showing you all this stuff so you're not getting overwhelmed. It's step by step, okay? Lesson number 3, or stage number 3. Now we're getting into more nitty gritty. We're talking about learning Careless Whisper solo. Number 10, number 11, learning the Baker Street solo. I'm showing you everything step by step. Different tone exercises, okay? And finally, we get to stage 6, where I'm showing you all the most advanced stuff: overtones, embellishment techniques, grace notes, turns, falls, trills, growling. I show you everything step by step inside the membership. Okay, so where do these lessons go to? Well, they go to one of these modules, okay, one of these courses, and you get access to every single one when you become a member. Okay, so you get the Sax Circle coaching community, right? You get the Saxophone from Scratch to Success course. You get the live masterclass replays. You get the learn songs and solos. You get the mastering your saxophone tone. You get the mastering your saxophone technique. You get mastering your saxophone scales. You get mastering your saxophone embellishments. You get improvisation explained. All of this is yours when you become a member today, and you can just click into any of these courses, right? So we're going to start with the Sax Circle coaching community, because this is my favorite part of this entire membership, right? This is my favorite part. So we press access now, and this is where you're going to find different topics related to my saxophone mastery system. But you can ask any questions you like. But my favorite part is, first of all, introducing yourself, which I want everyone to do when they join, right? We have all these members here that have joined over the last couple of years, right? Talking about their journey, talking about how much when they started, you know, where they're from. And it's really fun because we're all on the same page. We're all trying to learn the saxophone, and it's great. The second favorite part is the Saxophone Song of the Month Challenge. And this is where you start to get feedback from me, right? It's called the Song of the Month Challenge. And when you join the membership, you can get personal feedback but from me. Every month, members post a video of a specific song. Let's share how we are all progressing on our saxophone journey. Simply upload your video to Vimeo or YouTube and post a link in the community here. Okay? And here we have people uploading their videos, sharing what they're working on, looking for feedback, and I give them all this feedback. Hey Melvin, congrats on uploading your first video. This really is the best way for me to help you on your journey to learn the sax. And I point him to lessons inside the membership. I give him tips. I tell him what he needs to work on. This is a personal one-to-one class feedback on your playing, right? And if you click on this stuff, you go to the things that you need to work on inside the membership. Step-by-step lessons, okay? It's all there. And if we play this video, here it is, professionally recorded, right? Hear everything perfectly. And I show you step-by-step with close-ups how to do your embouchure, where to place your lip, where to place your tongue. It's all here. There's 350 lessons all like this. And I point you to them so you can start to learn the saxophone step by step, right? Here's another one. Practice tonguing each note as you play the scale. Check out this exercise. That thirds exercise I was telling you about, right, is in here as well, right? G major in thirds. Boom. I actually have an entire video taking you through it step by step, how it's formed, how to do it, 5 minutes long. Little lessons that you can take in easily. I give you the fingerings. I give you the note names. It's literally better than getting a private teacher because it's so clear, it's so to the point, it's so concise, and you can really achieve all your goals by just getting the feedback and getting into the lessons, right? So that's the Sax Circle coaching community, right? And we have all sorts of people all over the world. There's Dale giving encouragement. You know, don't give up. When I first started, I also jumped into songs, right? Got to start with those foundational techniques. Joe just posted a new video. I haven't, you know, this is 2 hours ago. And here's Pat already. He's jumped in. Oh, Joe, this is class, my friend. Much, much better. I love your tone and nice and smooth throughout. Very well done, Joe. Thank you, Pat, for your lovely comments. Like, this is the kind of community you're joining, okay? You're getting this incredible supportive community that you can share your journey. It's encouraging. It's not a Facebook group where people are just, you know, you don't know who's commenting. You know these people. They become your friends, right? Here's Terrence. He's with us today. He played me a video trying to figure out embellishments. 11 comments, right? Everyone saying how nice it is. This is great. I give him some feedback. Nice work, Terrence. You have a really nice tone. Well done, right? Love it. Gertie. Nice embellishments at the end. Wow. Okay. This is what you get. This is my favorite part of this community. Okay. So that's the community aspect of it. That's the community aspect of it. And there's a lot more inside as well. Let me see. Is there any questions so far? Timothy, if I change to yearly, do I have to pay for it all right now? Yeah, you'd have to pay $970 up front for the year. Yeah. And we can talk about that. If you want to just email me, we can figure that out. But if you want to pay for the year and get a whole year of access until next January, you can pay $970 today. I'll refund you the $97, and then you pay the $970. Tommy, thank you so much for the intuitive instruction just on basics. Stay safe. Awesome. Marcel, joining this week. Thank you for the last few days, Alex. It has been inspiring. You're welcome, Marcel. Patricia, thanks, Alexander, for all 3 days of exciting tips and techniques. Can hardly wait to try them out. Amazing. Tammy, and replay as much as you want. Yeah, you can watch any of the videos as much as you want. All right, I'm gonna keep going here. You know, I know there's a few people on the fence, so I want to make sure that you kind of get a full understanding of what you get inside here, right? So I'm going to switch back to the library. Right, so here we are back on this page. That's just the community I showed you, right? Now we're getting into courses too, right? Let's look at the courses. So, well, first of all, the live masterclass replay. So all those monthly live masterclasses, you have access to every single one since February 2021. These are all an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours long. You have access to every single one of them, right? All the way from February to December, okay? And they're all different themes. They're all different things, different topics. Here's December, how to jazz up your songs. I go into more details on how to jazz up your songs. February, learning songs by ear using scales. March, using scales to learn any song on saxophone. April, the saxophone mastery system, where I kind of go over everything we talked about the last few days. May, tone essentials, again, talking about my breathing, embouchure, and tongue, which is what we talked about in day one, BET. All of these are accessible anytime when you become a member, okay? And some of these masterclasses I've actually divided into multiple videos so it's easier to understand and digest and you can work through them, right? So that's number one, okay? That's just a fraction of what you're getting. And then we have all 5 core principles in courses, right? So we click up here in the top right, we go back to my library, and we have all 5 core principles here. We have mastering your saxophone tone, core principle number 1, mastering saxophone technique, core principle number 2, mastering saxophone scales, core principle number 3, mastering saxophone embellishments, core principle number 4, mastering your improvisation explained, core principle number 5. This is my saxophone mastery system broken into courses, entire courses. Let's go into tone right now. There's over 40 videos in here on every single thing you need to work on to improve your tone on saxophone. I go through it all step by step in detail. How to breathe, breathing exercises, embouchure, voicing, how to stay in tune, okay? Right? Click into any of these videos. They're all, you know, separate lessons, easily digestible, easy to understand, professionally recorded. Okay, so not like these live things that I'm doing. I put in a huge amount of work here to create very concise, very clear lessons on how to, you know, stay in tune, how to improve your tone, how to breathe. It's like I put so much work into all this stuff, and it's there for you to digest, to watch anytime you like. Let's go to the next category here. Right, these are saxophone ranges, right? So when you're working on your tone, you want to focus on different ranges of the sax, okay? So we actually have like the first range of the sax that you need to work on, the middle range. And we have all these exercises, multiple exercises, how to do them. I play them for you, I demonstrate them. It's all there. I give you the fingerings in the download section here so that you can just click on there, download the fingerings. So, you know, I say work on your tone exercises using the G major fingerings, right? Just an example of what I have in the course. And then you have the 30-day tone challenge here. Click that, takes you through 30 days of what you should be working on to improve your tone, okay? Amazing. Super simple to follow. 30-day tone challenge. Day 1, work on this. Day 2, work on this. If you want to take that challenge so you can really improve your tone, it's in there, right? And so even if you know, I don't know where to start, there's, you know, this course on every single one of my core principles, right? It can be hard to know where to start. Well, that's where the Saxophone Success Path comes in that you download here, right? But also, I have this total beginner course, Saxophone from Scratch to Success. Okay, a couple of you have bought this already and have lifetime access to it, but you also get access to it if you become a member. And I actually take you through those first 3 core principles of tone, scales, and technique through a whole 114 lessons, right? Step by step. You can actually start to, you know, learn how to play the saxophone from absolute scratch to then finally learning Careless Whisper, Baker Street, different songs. And like I said, G major is the first scale you want to learn, right? I actually show you G major and then I show you 10 different songs that you can play in G major. Hot Cross Buns, Merrily We Roll Along, Mary Had a Little Lamb, When the Saints Go Marching In, Jingle Bells. All of this is available when you become a member today, and it's just $97. So that's just a little sneak peek, right, of what you get inside. I'm going to be explaining more in the next live masterclass, which is January 31st, to help you navigate everything. But this is what you're getting. This is what you're getting for just $97 a month. Lalit, thank you very much, Alex. I'm going to join by tomorrow. Amazing. Thank you so much. Chip, thank you. Very inspiring. You're welcome, Chip. Tommy, thanks, Alexander. I've emailed you. Good night to all. Tom, Timothy. Yes, okay, yeah. Reach out to me. Paul, thanks for all this, Alexander. I'm going to stick to your videos and PDFs as to keep the information from one source. Excellent. Tammy, I'm sending you an email with membership questions. No problem. Let me know. And if you sign up today again, you will be able to get a private lesson with me and ask me anything. So that's what I'm offering. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap it up. We've gone to an hour and a half, 50 minutes. So I'm gonna wrap it up. Again, if you joined today, oh yeah, your bonus, first of all, go to saxophonemasterclass.com/bonus. That's the ultimate major scales fingering guide. Even if you don't join today, I still want you to have some incredible value, and I still want you to reach your goals on saxophone, right? You know, I know some people don't have the money right now, or they're too busy, or whatever it is. That's fine, I get it. But I still want you to keep going. Keep going on the sax, keep practicing, get my bonus, start working on your scales. I have the order in which you should learn them in there as well. I explain everything about Western music. So please get that. Francis says, you're the best. Thank you so much. That means so much to me. And like I said, if you join today, by tonight, Pacific Standard Time, even if you're monthly, I'm going to give you a one-to-one lesson. If you decide to go yearly, you get 2 lessons with me. Okay, this is incredible value, right? You can join for 1 month. You can get a lesson with me. You can come to the live masterclass. You can get feedback on your sax playing. You can meet other members of the sax circle community. You can get access to all the lessons. Download the PDFs. If it's not for you, that's okay. If you don't, if you're not getting what you want out of this, and you're not really pushing, like getting the inspiration to keep going with the saxophone, that's okay. I don't take any offense to it. Let me know within 30 days. I can cancel your membership. If you want your money back for that month, I'll give you your money back, and no hard feelings. Maybe you join later. It's all good. But really, it's a no-brainer to just join, check it out, see what it's like. Even if you just have the money for a month, you might get a huge amount of value out of this month, right? And again, if you join by tonight, you'll still get the one-on-one lesson with me as well. All right, everyone, I really appreciate you coming over the last 3 days. It's been so much fun. I don't want to leave, obviously. Look at me. I just want to keep talking, hanging out with you guys, because this has been so much fun, and it's been a great experience for me, and I hope it's been a great experience for you. We are closing on Friday, so hopefully you can make a decision by then. Friday 28th of January, we're closed for the year, well, until September, and this is an opportunity to really start reaching your goals on the saxophone. Okay, so Tim says, I gotta go now. I'll be talking to you. God bless you, sir, and keep up the good work. Thank you, Timothy. Appreciate it. Tim just joined the membership. I'm gonna call it, guys. Thank you so much. Hope to see you soon, and so grateful that you all came for these last 3 days. And until I see you, hopefully inside the community, inside the Sax Circle coaching community, happy playing, good day, good night. I'll talk to you soon.